That's right, and welcome back to another issue of Words with Nerds. As you can see, we got the nerds here, so we're going to provide the words for you. It's the Triple S crew, it's the guys that you know and love. It is me, the Sundance Kid himself, DJ.
It's me, the Slick Vic Rodriguez.
Jesus.
I got nothing beyond that.
Yo, what's up, friends? It's Space Case, aka Vince, and we're back.
We back, baby.
What is this issue 32?
This is 32.
Older than me.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And I believe, Victor, it's your week, sir. So do you want to let the good people know what the topic is and what we got going on today?
So the topic is something that we've all kind of been like hanging on to because of the Marvel fixes that we've been slowly getting from Disney Plus, and it is the season wrap-up episode for us of the Great Loki show. We're gonna dive right into that and have a good time. But I do want to leave the floor open right now, real quick, while I get my notes kind of situated here. Anyone else got some quick little news, some quick little bites before we get into the main stake of the thing?
Just a quick one. One is that tomorrow we record on Thursdays. So today is July 15th. Tomorrow on July 16th, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Nintendo is coming out. I have that pre-ordered. We about to be live. I have been playing Breath of the Wild continuously and cantankerously for years, so I cannot wait to be able to play this dope-ass game, which so many people read off. It's actually fucking amazing. So, yes, go out and buy it, please.
Dude, I'm coming over. I don't care. I'm coming over.
Oh, yeah. I got Animal Crossing for Taylor, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Hades. We will make it like a whole day of just playing nonstop games.
Hell yeah, I would love nothing more. I'm glad that you're talking about video games because I got some really cool video game news also. I just scrolling through Twitter today. This is me scrolling through Twitter.
That is you scrolling through Twitter, yes.
I thought you were making it rain.
You guys haven't realized, we're old.
I honestly, this is making it rain, scrolling through Twitter, same thing. Yeah, dude, so some crazy news drop for PC gamers, which I definitely fall into because I think out of all the consoles I have, I've got a PS4 right here, an Xbox like 10 feet away, my Switch in the living room, and then my PC, which I'm on right now. So I got it all, bro. I'm fucking flossing over here. There we go. The Switch, like I feel like all of us game, a lot of you guys listening game. I definitely play PC the most though. So for this news to come out today, I was really hyped. If you're a PC gamer, you definitely know Steam. Steam is like the core software that you use when you game. So Steam or rather Valve, who produces Steam, they dropped news today that they are coming out with their own handheld device, and they are very keen on keeping the word device and not a console because this is a handheld PC basically. So it looks pretty similar to a Nintendo Switch, but it's far more powerful and it's pretty cool.
The CPU on that is probably going to be nuts. Yeah. Do they know what the retail price is going to be for it?
Yeah, so it comes in 3 different tiers. The first tier, it's 32 gigs of RAM and it starts at $400. The highest tier, I believe, was like $700. So I think that's kind of reasonable.
That's more than reasonable for the games that you're able to play on Steam. I mean, right now I had to restart my computer, but I was playing Omori for like the last couple of days just because that's such an amazing game. It's on Steam, obviously. And no, I mean, that's going to be so cool. I know my cousin is a big PC gamer. He built his... Actually, I'm not sure if he built his own PC or not, but he's got a pretty hardcore fucking setup. I'll send you guys a picture after this in the group chat. But
Nico or Joey?
It's pretty dope. Joey for sure. I mean, Nico loves video games. Don't get me wrong. Was a champ in Halo. Like,
I can see that.
The best player I've ever seen. But Joey he fell in love with PCs at a very early age, so he's always been like one of his favorite games was Diablo. So shout out to Joey. It's my boy. He was just here. My cousin. He was just here this week in Chicago. All we did was drink.
Yeah.
I almost died a couple of times.
Sounds like a good
it's
time.
all good.
Sounds wonderful.
It's not a good time unless you're about to die.
That's that's the way DJs live in life.
Jeez, rocking the
this thing looks.
I'm in total dad mode right now.
Dude, you look like a dad, honestly. You got the trucker hat, the flannel.
You look like
you just came from mowing the lawn.
Shit.
I'm on vacation. It's my vacation look. A Magnum PI to the fullest, bro.
Dude, I'm happy about that. Which fits more with like what I thought you were pointing at when we were talking about game consoles like 10 seconds ago, where you just move away. And I swear to God, I didn't see your game system. I thought you just point at your bed. I'm just like, bed, cool, rock and roll. Tom Selleck shit.
He's tired.
You know how this came about? I was doing this as like an homage, an ode to one of the characters for Loki, which we'll talk about soon. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's what I was going for.
There's only one guy with a mustache, am I right? But we'll get there. Let's throw it back to Victor. Victor's hosting this. So, Victor, bro, what do you want to do, man? You want to kind of give us a
quick synopsis? Do you want to
synopsis? How do you want to?
This is your world, bro. We're just squirrels living in it. Okay.
Dude, I'm definitely a squirrel.
You have a squirrel feeder outside
squirrel. Now that I think about it, yeah, you kind of have like a squirrely look about you, like you're about to just be like.
Can you just edit a squirrel?
Bro, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Dude, I swear to God, every time in the office, when I would go to the break room and see Vince, I thought he was making coffee, but he's just on the shelf like. I'm just like,
I am very like. You know what's crazy, dude? Okay, you know what's crazy, and I think about this every week. Every week that I edit.
What do you bury your computer?
Every week I edit. No. This is honestly, listen. I've never learned so much about myself in the last couple of months that we've been doing this because I see myself on camera and hear myself every single week, and I'm like, that's weird. You do that weird shit, don't you?
Yep.
And like same with you guys. Like I like just watching. Like everyone has their own little quirks about them, and especially like. I don't see myself as much as I see you guys, obviously. So me seeing myself so often lately, I'm like, why the fuck do you do that, dude?
Somebody told me the other day that they were like, you look completely disinterested in whatever you guys are talking about. I'm like, that's funny because I'm having the most fun. And they're just like, yeah, but you're like sitting there like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just thinking about my.
Honestly, it took because I was new for a minute here, and it took me a minute. I was like, why? It looks like he's like texting, but no, like this is just the way DJ is.
I'm doing research because sometimes
listener,
because sometimes you guys say stuff, and I have to, or I'm not prepared for what you guys say sometimes. So sometimes I just have to be like. All right, what the fuck did you just say? Absolutely. And I'll sit here and I'll do all that research, and then I'll have to come back and actually say something. It went down the wrong pipe.
No. Okay, so my girlfriend bought beer, and she was like, "This beer is fucking great." I just had my first sip.
It's terrible.
This is gross. Don't buy this.
Goose Island? Oh, they're usually so good.
SPF. It tastes like sunblock.
I was gonna say, she's like, "Hey, babe, I forgot my sunblock at your house. It looks like a beer can, though." So,
if you guys really want to get something like really good, this is amazing. It is freedom of speech. So emphasis on the peach. Such a dad drink. It's Revolution Brewing, and it's a lush peach character, refreshing tart finish.
Revolution doesn't miss with any of their beers.
They really don't. They have some really good beers.
They do
it's a sour too. It's a sour.
They do anti-hero.
Sours. Yeah.
I mean,
you guys will love it.
I like water
Anyway,
dudes.
talking about, I think we were talking like somewhere along the lines of the Loki extravaganza finale, but
yeah,
nah, dude, nah.
Nah, do you want to just talk about maybe going outside
Well,
doing the lawn?
let's
Possibly?
talk about doing lawn work and beer, bro. Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about when did Vince see himself in the camera and then look over at a squirrel and then just look at him and then just look at the squirrel and he's like,
And I was like, that's the same thing.
He was like, that motherfucker.
It's like me and the squirrel were both editing our podcast at the same time, and we were both just looking at each other, and we both went, fuck.
Vince is having conversations with him. God damn it, Jake, I told you to leave this area. I need it for recording.
Distant squirrel.
Stop it. Stop it. You guys are killing me.
You're
I'm gonna switch
boy
my
now.
name. I'm gonna switch my name to
No.
I'm gonna switch my name to Squirrel Case.
Oh my god.
We're gonna be words with nuts.
Words
Oh
with
my
nuts.
Words with nuts.
At least we didn't at least you weren't watching Ice Age and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm that cracked out. No, you're just like, I'm a little cracked out, but not like.
That's me, bro.
Sometimes I just watch it and I'm just like, is this it? Is this what I'm doing now? All right, back to the Loki.
Oh my god.
Back to the Loki extravaganza
Loki
finale.
Someone pointed out this, and I want you guys to tell me if it's true. Do I play with my facial hair a lot? Like
Yeah.
someone
Yes.
fuck.
For sure.
I like watch two
So
episodes.
much.
Yes.
I just do this.
But you
I'm
sit
like,
there like Gandalf and you're just like, but it's not the same thing every time. You do different stuff. Like you're always
cool.
just like, or
It's what I'm thinking. That's my thinking thing. I do this. Fucking David's looking at his phone. Vince is hiding stuff for the winter. We all do our own things when we're thinking. And now we're going back to the topic at hand.
Segue
to Marvel's squirreliest character.
God damn, fuck you.
I'm gonna die.
Tell me that wasn't the most amazing setup I've ever done in my fucking career on this podcast.
Speaking of hiding stuff for the winter.
Oh, are the peanuts gonna get you going?
Oh my god! All right, wait, we gotta go.
Come on, let's get it together.
Someone's gonna be listening to this and be like, "I thought this was a Loki episode. When did the gas leak happen?" We're like, "It was a gas leak here."
It never happened.
Great. It never happened. So we're going to talk about Loki. This is essentially a part 2 to our first part 1. You could catch on the channel. What is it? 4 episodes back, I want to say. That's when we started it. So if you guys,
no, 3.
3. All right, 3 episodes.
That was
back.
not any numbers.
No.
3.
I just fucking.
It was 3.
Summoning jutsu. We talked about it lightly. Yeah, we'll link it right here. We'll just put it right underneath David or something, just losing his damn mind over the dude, it's fine. Don't even trip. So last time we covered that up. Hopefully you guys can. Jesus Christ. So we're just gonna talk about
this episode is a disaster. It's a disaster,
dude. We don't do drugs.
No,
none of us in here do drugs. We're trying to actually do. We do research, so it's
yeah, we would never do those.
Not now. But we're just gonna be covering the last 3 episodes and then the whole show itself, like a quick little synopsis, give our little critiques, give our favorite moments, our favorite actors, just a quick recap because I don't want you guys to sit there and we dissect everything. Most of the time we do that and then we lose ourselves over laughing bits for the past 15 minutes.
wow.
Dude, it's not 15 minutes. Jesus Christ. Please put a warning. So in the last time we covered it, we actually ended on Lamentus, on the episode Lamentus, where Loki was escaping, where we all made our predictions that were just fucking wrong. We were
terrible.
That was just I owe you guys beers technically. So I'm cool with that. Whatever.
Yeah, you do.
I owe each of you 2 beers, so we got to hang out soon to do that. So then the episode actually goes right into episode 4, which was the Nexus event. That's when Sylvie and Loki are essentially sitting down totally cool facing their doom, and they create some weird connection that causes a spike in the timeline in an apocalypse event. And Mr. Morbius, is that who you were talking about? Is that why you have the stash?
Mobius?
Mobius, yeah. I don't know why I think
Mobius.
Mobius.
Not Morbius.
Mobius.
This isn't Matrix, buddy.
Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen was in the episode, and
wow,
they end up getting saved by the TVA and brought back, and that's when the whole story starts unraveling. So I don't want to keep pressing forward unless you guys are cool with that synopsis. Is there anything you guys want to add? Any highlights from that particular episode that you were just like, ooh, that was a good thing, or ooh, plot wise?
Spoilers!
Oh, yeah, of course.
We're definitely putting that right now before we go any further. Guys, these are spoilers. If you are a fair weather person and you just want to watch Loki just to watch it because everybody else is watching it, great. But if you're one of those people that don't want the story ruined, then please, spoilers. I don't know if you can make like a little
spoilers.
That just
wait, can spoilers. Can you do that, Vince? Like we all just go,
what would you like?
Spoilers, and it's just the spoiler across the screen. Can we all do it on 3?
Like you want like a little magical banner?
Just spoiler.
Spoilers.
Yeah, let's do it. You guys ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Spoilers. That was not on time. What is going on here?
That was not on time at all.
Yeah,
I said there was. Jesus Christ. Well,
all right,
we'll work on it.
One more time. We got this. We got this.
I'll give it a second go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. That was again
Victor,
so
what are you
terrible.
Doing?
No, that was one of you.
Is it the internet connection that's
it
happening?
Might be the internet.
It might be because I was like, I followed.
No, I'm showing me and Vince are doing it at the same time, but then you're just like, and the spoilers.
Well,
oh, dude, it might be.
You know,
we'll find out in editing. But yeah, on my note, please, I will say after the whole nice little spoiler edit, please watch the show. Like we are not giving the show we are doing our interpretation and our review of it and putting our favorite parts in it, but there's so much in that show that you should just watch and enjoy and be blown away. So please just watch it. But is there anything from this particular episode you guys want to cover, or can I keep kind of giving our little
do your
synopsis?
thing, baby. Do your thing.
All right, cool. So this is actually my favorite. After this, they pretty much in this episode they ramp it up. So you start finding out that the TVA has been lying to everybody. That everyone in there, which was Vince's kind of right prediction. Vince, you were the only one that kind of hit it somewhere in the ballpark, where you like figured out that Mr. Mobius was just a normal variant. So they start figuring out that they all are variants. That the TVA has plucked people out of their timelines in order to just create the TVA. So they're all different variants from different points in time, picked for their own particular reasons. During that. There comes a confrontation where they actually almost all escape, where Loki and Sylvie almost escape, but then they get caught and it becomes this whole dramatic thing where her and what's the female judge? What?
I always
Renslayer.
Judge, Renslayer.
Renslayer, yeah.
Where Judge Renslayer is taking them to meet the TVA council, and when they get there, they end up, doing the cliche like, hey, we're about to kill you. And they're like, nah, we're going to escape. And they do these crazy, cool little backflip moves, take out most of the guards. And then you find out the reason why there was that whole robot bit was because the TVA isn't like the 3 elders that they have are just robots. That's why they have the whole scanning for the robot bit. That was like a bit from the actual comic books that I actually really liked. So with that surprise in that episode, you're just sitting there like, oh my God, cool. Like this is building up so quickly. And then our star character, Tom Hiddleston's character, gets pruned. He gets touched by the glow stick that disintegrates him. And then, yeah, am I right?
Let's not forget, Mobius gets pruned first.
Oh,
and we all love and stan Mobius. Okay,
dude, I feel bad.
I don't know what it is. But Owen Wilson as Mobius is just, it hits here. It hits here.
He's just a he portrays just a good friend, a good person that you want on your side.
Just run of the mill type dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're everyman.
He gives Loki so many chances. He sees the good in everybody. He knows that Loki, being a villain, can still be a good person. And I think that alone, just us as viewers know it. And seeing that Mobius sees that as well, it just links us together. And we're rooting together for Loki.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like that. It's like in the buddy cop film, because that's how the whole show felt. It's like the buddy cop film, and he was like that cop that's been there for a while and just wants to see people do well, and that's why I really liked it too, like his vibe. And then what was heart crushing, because you mentioned it, was when he got pruned, and when he realized he was a variant. That was one of those scenes that just hurt. It hurt. I don't know if you guys felt that same pain where you're just like, dude, he's gone now. Because the episode wasn't done at that point.
No,
you weren't.
No, I didn't.
I knew
for
I
a
was
fact
sad.
they weren't going to get rid of him. No.
I was sad.
I knew they weren't going to get rid of him.
I was, whatever.
Dude. After Infinity War, I don't believe when anybody dies in the MCU. Like even Iron Man, dude. Like Iron Man is probably the most deadest of all the characters so far, but still, I can see them somehow bringing him back eventually. I don't know. To me, it's just like, oh shit, we got to take a break. Probably won't see this person for a little bit,
But
they'll bring Iron Man back, but I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is ever going to play him again.
No,
yeah, I mean, I'm without getting into Iron Man coming back. I'm just saying, people dying in the MCU, I don't find that as definitive as it should be.
Or willy-nilly.
It's more of let's take a break for a minute.
Right.
What I
and
mean?
This was let's take a 10-minute break.
Yeah, because we see him again in episode 5, right?
Literally see him again the next fucking episode.
So
when I saw the car, I was like, oh yeah, it's Morbius. You got me fucking saying Morbius now, dude.
Morbius. All right. I don't know why I don't know why I thought it was Morpheus, but yeah, wow. All the memes with with that particular end credit scene where they introduce it. So episode 5, which is the build up, it starts putting more stakes into what's going on, and its name, Journey into Mystery. That name is super important because that's the first. That is the first title where it appears with Loki and Thor in the original Marvel Comics series. The Journey into Mystery is one of the first comic appearances with him and Loki. So I liked it. I was like, that's sweet. That's such a cool thing. So you end up finding out that anyone that gets pruned, they get sent to a separate timeline, and Loki actually encounters 4 variants of himself. So he encounters boastful Loki, kid Loki, classic Loki, which is what old man Loki essentially, and then Crocodile Loki, which is everyone's Crocodile Loki. Everyone's favorite dude. That's one of my favorite variants. One of my favorite characters right now.
Hold on.
What?
Don't forget President Loki.
Well, wait. Yeah. Well, eventually we end up seeing President Loki. We see all the variants
at the beginning.
At the beginning when it shows them. And in that one, you find out that they all kind of get sent to this timeline that they're kind of waiting execution because there's a big old mist monster called Alioth going around, and it eats matter, so it just keeps going through devouring. So they're kind of hiding and surviving, and it's really cool hearing the backstories of all of these characters. They gloss over all of them pretty well, I think. All the other variants that are in that timeline, because Kid Loki automatically establishes himself as the boss, where it's well, why are you guys listening to this kid? And he's just because I killed Thor. And I'm just that's badass. And then he has the flaming golden sword. That's his whole thing, which is an important keynote in comics for any Loki fans. That's what Agent Loki has. That's what the classic Loki has. That's a very powerful weapon. So the fact that Tom Hiddleston gets it at some point is actually super important. And
I have a question.
What's up?
That I probably just missed. But we get boastful Loki, classic Loki, Crocodile Loki, whatever his name is.
You got it.
Crocodile Hunter Loki. And then we get Kid Loki, right?
Yeah.
I saw boastful Loki leave.
Yeah.
I saw classic Loki leave. Croc Loki, I think I saw him leave.
He went with
Where
Kid
the heck?
Loki.
Yeah, he left with Kid
Where is
Loki.
yeah? Where'd they go?
All
Where
right,
are they at?
so in the episode, everyone ends up in what is it essentially just the Nexus point, where it's just the Nexus timeline where nothing exists, and Boastful Loki turns out to be a prick, but that goes with the name Boastful, someone who's arrogant and prideful.
Sure. Sure.
And then he ends up teaming up with classic Loki, Kid Loki, the three L's. He teams up with those because those three genuinely wanted to change their lives and be good. They honestly, that was their thing. And what ends up happening is classic Loki sacrifices himself to give them a chance to take control of Eliath. And that's where episode 5 ends, is where he just takes he's it's so sad because in that whole thing he's just like, we're all jokes because we want our glorious purpose, and his whole thing is that he's like, I've always wanted to redeem myself, I've always wanted to be someone important. And and like one of the saddest parts in that is watching him get, because if anyone didn't see that, it's my finger going across my neck. It's because when he's yelling glorious purpose, when he's yelling glorious purpose, that was actually really meaningful because that's his character making a full arc, where his character's glorious purpose was to help his friends and sacrifice himself, and he's laughing because it's such a joke to him. And that episode was pretty cool and it was well paced. Everything paced up well into the finale. So is there anything you guys want to mention about that episode before I fucking keep glossing?
I just thought it was really cool that I mean, first off, two things.
What?
My dog.
Who's barking?
What boy?
It's Carmi.
What? Oh no. Vince's squirrel senses are tingling.
We just look and Vince is on top of his shelves.
He's like,
holy crap. But what was the
no? Oh yeah. Okay.
Not to get off track. We can keep going with squirrel jokes all fucking day.
I don't want to get squirrely about it, but like also
you drive me nuts.
Move on. Move on.
Acorn for your thoughts, buddy.
Holy shit.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I thought it was really cool. Tom Hiddleston is just an amazing actor. In that episode, he saw both Sylvie and Mobius. I said it right. Cool. He saw Sylvie and Mobius together. And I was surprised, like the little subtle, like little idiosyncrasies that he does with his face or like his body when he like sees people that he genuinely cares about. And so like when he saw Mobius, like you see like this flicker of just a guy who just is happy to see like his friend, you know. And I think sometimes we get kind of bogged down by the fact that these are these mythical beings or like fictional characters, and we forget that like there are humans playing them. So when we get to see that truly amazing acting, when you can do something as subtle as just make like a quick smile that can convey so much, I thought that was really cool. And then when they hugged, I was just like, oh, like his first real friend. Like he hasn't had a friend. Like Thor's his brother. You know what I mean? He's trying to subjugate humanity. In the course of 5 episodes, we saw kind of him coming to like becoming more and more human without even realizing it. And I thought that was really cool to see him just like kind of embrace that humanity by calling Mobius his friend. With nothing coming from it. There's no scheme. He didn't need anything from him. He was literally just like, thank you. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see someone who's lived thousands of years have that reaction to somebody after being with them for probably, a week or two,
Yeah, at most.
Like they've bonded that much. Yeah. Right. And that goes right along with Tom Hiddleston playing that character too. Like Tom Hiddleston has this subtle yet so powerful way of using his body language and his facial expressions to really just trigger in those tiny little details. And I think all of that wrapped up, the character of Loki with Tom Hiddleston putting that together, it's just boom, it's such a powerful moment in the show. And especially on top of that, the cherry on top is, okay, Mobius is back, motherfucker. So yeah, I love Mobius being back. I thought it was cool, dude. Alioth, just in general, Alioth, the like cloud monster. I don't know, that to me, that was my favorite part of the show, just seeing that character come alive from the comic, because Disney's interpretation of what it is in the show, they have to make this thing as realistic as possible,
right?
And in the comic, you're like, it's just what is this,
It's just,
but then it's just a mass of some shit, but in the comics now, it's like, okay, this has life to it. This is, a big like cloud smoke monster, kind of like tiger or dog or some sort of big beast.
Yeah.
And on top of it, without spoiling the finale, someone has control of it basically as their pet.
It's like Cerberus in the underworld. It's very cathartic. And the MCU is amazing at taking things from the comics and making them both as comic accurate as possible, but bringing them to life. Like, they are so good at that.
I got a closing note just for this section, and it's going to piggyback off you. In that episode, what I love too, if you pay attention, especially in that Nexus point, there are so many things that are from just straight the comic books. So there's the Thanos copter.
There's a million Easter eggs.
Bro, the Thanos copter was really dope. I thought that was, and then Kang Corp, which I was like, oh yeah, they are setting up this homie. And then one of my favorite things was Frog, the god of thunder. Frog.
They had Hemsworth come in there and just do the noises for him. Like,
how
dope is that? He was just like, yeah, of course, I'll do it.
So great. Oh my god.
So
I wonder how much he got paid for that.
Probably
like,
nothing.
Yo, Chris, come make some frog noises.
Throw me $1 million. All right, done. Shit.
It's like, what am I playing? You're
some quick ADR.
You're the Frog of Thunder. They did such a good job doing that and sprinkling it into where it's not a corny focus point. And I appreciate it. I genuinely do. But on that note, we are going to be taking, personally, so you guys won't notice the transition, but we are taking just a little break, a quick little pee poo poo time. We're taking a quick little break. When we come back, we'll be finishing up our kind of synopsis on episode 6 and then go forward from there. So am I terrible at this?
This boy just said, no, but I'm just laughing on the inside because you meant to say a quick little break, but you said a quack little break. So to all the all those mother duckers listening right now, and what's your duck's name, David?
Sir Quacks-a-Lot.
It's Quacksmire.
Oh, Quacksmire.
You forgot your duck's name? Oh
Shut
my
up.
god.
Bro.
We gotta go, dude.
David's
got a mending to do.
Oh my god.
David's got a 5-paragraph apology to give to his duck.
I know.
Victor's gotta, go quack in the bathroom real quick. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Speaking of quacks, we'll be right back. Hey guys, I hope you're going nuts for this episode because we are back in the second half. That's right, it's the Triple S crew once again. Let me tell you something. I'm feeling just as nutty about this episode as the rest of these two. But once again, we're back.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're back. No real need for us to stop it.
This is my least favorite
bit.
This is my least favorite anything on this show.
Jesus Christ, dude! I'm trying to break it. I was about to say some shit, but I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna just dive right into the. We're still eating the steak, so we're diving right into it.
You know what? Maybe if you guys are, if I can find it, I'll get a squirrel dancing, and I'll replace it for our intro video, and it'll be a squirrel dancing. Just fucking, you know what I mean?
Sorry for our regular listeners that are our regular viewers and listeners that are just gonna click that and like start watching the video, and then they're gonna click. They're like, "That's not the intro."
Like, what the fuck is a squirrel? If you guys see that squirrel, it's okay.
We are all crackheads tonight. Let me tell you, like Loki finale extravaganza has been crackhead. Yeah.
Well, let's
not all the crackheads out there. Sorry to offend. Maybe
I don't think crackheads are listening to our
Listen, dude. Crackheads have YouTube.
Yeah, but crackheads are looking at videos on how to get more crack. They're not looking at like Loki review shit.
It's actually a pretty. Yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point.
I'm done with this show.
Why are all of our best bits coming?
Imagine like a crackhead like watching our video and being like, "I don't understand this."
I like the guy that looks like a squirrel.
We give the same energy. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's spazzy, just like I am.
He's so tight.
So tight, bro.
We're just gonna get like little fucking comments on the videos where it's gonna be like, "Show me more of the squirrel guy. Does he climb trees?
Show me more of the squirrel.
Give me more of the squirrel guy." And then in the comments, "Got crack." It's like
I hope none of our viewers and listeners actually sound like that. It's terrifying.
I hope all of our viewers sound like that. If you don't sound like you're about to kill somebody, then I don't want you listening to the show. Like,
bro, you sound like Sean Hunter's dad from Boy Meets World.
Holy shit!
You did. Chet.
Yeah, Chet.
Yeah,
Chet Hunter.
Boy.
And you kind of look like him too right now.
You don't look like Chet Hunter, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you are not the assistant coach from The Water Boy, because that's the same.
I was gonna say, I was like, remember when Babu it was like, remember when Babu came back at halftime and my dogs want to robo, do you?
I am so sorry to anyone who thinks we just did a bunch of drugs. Or we've been drinking way too much.
Captain Say No shows no mercy. Go ahead. Anyways, we're back.
You can do it, Loki.
We're off the rails. We're officially off the rails for the first time in all of the episodes we've done. I love
it. Yeah, what the fuck? So we're on episode 6.
Let's talk about the finale, right?
Bro,
like it's been a minute.
That finale was dope. You didn't like it?
No, I loved it. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it. David, what do you think about the finale, man? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Did you
what were your thoughts?
I would give it a 8 out of 10. It was, so I've told you guys my theory about the Marvel shows so far, but like I said when we last talked about this, WandaVision, I think all 3 shows so far show you how to deal with trauma in your own ways. WandaVision was of the mind, right? Falcon and the Winter Soldier was like the body and how it deals with trauma, and this one was kind of like the soul. And I feel like the whole time Loki was trying to find his humanity and find his soul and kind of try to find his glorious purpose, as it were, because up until a certain point he was like, I want to rule Midgard as a benevolent god or as a benevolent king. And we kind of see him kind of tearing back those inhibitions and those aspirations that he's had, and I think that shot of Loki just kind of sitting kind of like in the same exact position from when he was talking to Mobius about like how he doesn't want to hurt people. Like that was kind of the first emotional breakthrough that we saw Loki have. And I thought it was only fitting at the end where we kind of see him in that same position and he's feeling like all the effects of what it's like to be a human. Like his humanity, his soul is intact, because so far we've kind of seen this um, various other versions of him. But like this version is still the one from Avengers that hasn't gone through those same trials and tribulations that the main, 616 Loki has gone through. So
Yeah.
we kind of see him having to go through that same struggle and have that same trials and tribulations. And at the end, he's kind of lost and he's hurt and he's, kind of heartbroken, and he's not sure how to handle that. Like you see it in his face where he's kind of just like has this moment of like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And I think we've all been in those positions where like stuff has happened to us and we just don't know how to react. And the next shot, we see him just immediately trying to do something other than, deal with his immediate feelings, which is let's stop this super crisis that's happening. And I don't know, I just thought that was really cool on how to end it, and just kind of see he did kind of come full circle in a way where now we have this completely different Loki who is trying to change and is trying to be better. We no longer see this mischievous Loki. We see like a man driven with purpose. And I don't know. I think that was really cool to see. Fucking Kang the Conqueror. Um, wow. I thought this was the perfect way to introduce Kang as a character. Not in the show, but giving us, I thought that was really cool that they took a variant of King the Conqueror and we get to see the backstory and how that came about. I thought that was so clever. And we kind of are able to see the acting chops of the guy that's playing Kang, because we see like the introduction, we see like this kind of, kind of twitchy and like I don't know if he studied people that have been in like deprivation too long or whatever, but he kind of had those movements down and the acting down and everything. And it's just like he really portrays a guy that's like is just done with time. Like he's gone through it, he's seen every different angle, he's seen it all, and like he's just sitting there, he's like, like, do what you're gonna do. Like, if you're gonna kill me. If not, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have fun either way. So that was cool. But then when they hint towards like the multiple variants that'll come, and then when we hear like when we see like the depiction of the Conqueror, I was just like blown away. And I think it's gonna be so cool to see him portray that type of Kang, that variant of Kang. I think it's gonna be so fucking dope. So yeah, I mean, this setup for the second season, but it also set up for phase 4.
Yep.
Like our big baddie. Like I think so that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, with all the confirmations of Tom Hiddleston coming back, and he's going to be in Doctor Strange too. He's also getting season 2 of the show. It's definitely showing that Marvel has invested a lot into the idea of Kang the Conqueror being like the next Thanos. He's going to be the next big bad. They're not going to do a 10-year long project, but if you tell me that they're going to do like a 5-year long project and Kang's going to be that inevitable thing, it's going to be cool. And Kang's going to be sprinkled in. And it was the weirdest thing that I don't know if you guys saw it the same way I did, watching his interaction, Loki with Sylvie, and Loki genuinely being like, we can't kill him. And it's just like, why? It's just like, think about it. And that was when like he made his turn to being a hero. Like that's the everyman. That's his purpose, is that he's now a hero character. He's like, if we take him out, there is the risk that something worse is coming. And we can't take that so quickly. He wasn't the quick-witted, like, hey, we got to do this. I want to go for power. I want to go for the throne. No, he was legit like, I know what power is, and I want to not fuck with this level of power. And if we fuck with it and he's cool with us killing him, something worse is coming. Something terribly worse. Because this is a man who just wants time to go a certain way, and he's doing cruel things. Imagine a man different versions of that same man with the same power set coming, and what they want is war. And that was Loki's whole. Like, I saw that, and I'm just like, God damn, this story got hella fucking deep. I love both of the actors that were in that. All the actors in that scene were just amazing. Like the scene where they were all having the conversation. Sorry,
Vince, the devil you know, bro. That is, it was a literal definition of the devil you know.
Yep.
Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, dude. I personally liked the take on the season finale of this. Mm-hmm. So basically, damn, sorry, I'm on the side here. I've got the Summer Showdown playing, and a huge upset just happened. But I know
Overwatch,
just a little mind blown. Yeah. Anyways, sorry guys. Yeah, so the tone of the season finale, it takes a completely different direction than most just shows in general, not even in the MCU. It's two prominent scenes, really. It's, the room where it's Sylvie, Kang, and Loki, and then it's the story of Mobius and then Judge Renslayer. So it's a very calm finale, right? It's a lot of dialogue, a lot of reveal, a lot of backstory on Kang, and a lot of building to set it up for how it ties in with not only the rest of the MCU, but how it sets up for Kang being the next big bad in the MCU. So I don't know. I really liked how the tone was. It's not this big, huge fight, it's a conversation. Literally, the whole episode's like a conversation. But you're so captivated the whole time that it doesn't even matter. Like, we don't need hand-to-hand combat. We don't need, Loki and Sylvie battling and Kang fighting them, all this stuff. Like, the conversation alone is enough for me, at least, to be captivated and to be drawn and interested in this episode.
For me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I touched on this, I don't know, last week or whatever. Maybe it was the other Loki episode, but Jonathan Majors, we know he was coming. Thank you, Chair. We know he was coming in the MCU. I've seen him in Lovecraft Country, where he just does a phenomenal job. We know that this guy is an up-and-coming actor in Hollywood just in general. So I don't know if it was me just being so excited to see how he not only enters the MCU, but as the next big bad. Like, I couldn't tell if I was captivated just because of that fact, or if he was simply just killing it as Kang, or he who remains, rather.
He who remains.
And I put some thought on it, and honestly, I think it is him once again just captivating me, and probably so many others, from his acting. Because it took me a minute to be like, okay, Jonathan Majors is Kang, is he who remains, right? No matter what the variant of it is. I'm just excited to see what he does with it and how he portrays it. And it took me a minute to kind of realize what he was even doing with the role. Because at first I was like, he seems like he keeps switching dialects and tones, like switching characters. But then it clicked, and I was like, wait a minute. He's fucking chaotic as hell. Like, he's more chaotic and more unpredictable than Loki, the god of mischief. And that's why this character is so flippy floppy on who he is, like, he's calm and collective one minute, and the next minute he's spazzy and he's dancing on his desk and fucking having fun, and then he's back to sitting down and being deadpan serious. Like, I don't know.
He snapped at Sylvie. Yeah.
He snapped at Sylvie.
He snapped at Sylvie. I was like,
bro, yes. I have something to say about that.
Every emotion that the human body can convey in a matter of an hour. And I'm just so excited for this guy to keep playing a part in the MCU. And like, the variants alone, like Victor was saying, this is someone who is okay with being at the end of his time and being like, whatever works. You want to kill me? Cool. You work with me? Cool. Whatever works. But what happens when we get the variant who wants all out war? It's going to be nuts. And I cannot wait for this.
Mr. Majors, beautiful, like just the articulation and all of his stuff. Like when he was talking, one of my favorite lines was like, he's like, "You kill me, more of me show up." That's how resurrection works. And I'm just like, dude,
Yep.
This guy's so fucking intimidating because he's so nuts, but he's so powerful, but he doesn't care. It's what you were saying, just the acting quality to it. Even when he's like switching tones from being friendly to when he snapped at Sylvie, I was gonna say, when he snapped at Sylvie, that's like when an adult snaps at a kid because a kid's saying something stupid. He was like, really, hypocrite. He's like, you've killed, and I'm just like, he's just talking. He's talking
like,
down.
Grow up.
Grow up. Bro, I thought that dude just blew it out of the water. Watching all that talent in one character, and like, we're obviously gonna start kind of going into more what we're hoping to see in prediction stuff in a few seconds. Obviously, because we keep talking about Kang. Kang in the comics plays multiple heroes in the Marvel world. He goes crazy at times, and just he is a hero. So I really hope they do that, because then that will help with that kind of watching that dude's too good to keep him playing like one specific Kang. You know what I mean? Like he can't be like, oh, yeah. So I'm just excited to see that, because all the variants from the comics are just crazy in their own right. Sorry, I'm going to go on for like an hour, but yeah, dude, you hit such a Vince. Both of you hit such a fucking good point. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, not to like keep harping on Kang, but like that is the biggest moment, in my opinion, of the finale. Like we're talking about the finale here, Kang. You know, in one word, Loki finale, Kang. Done. Like we've known it's coming. We've anticipated the next big bad, and I mean, I'm just assuming at this point, because there's so many other big bads that can come into play. Fantastic Four is on its way, and that brings in
Galactus.
Victor
Galactus, Doctor Doom, like those are big players too in the comics. So who knows? What if we get all of them all at once?
I would be so happy.
I'm
gonna shit everywhere.
I'd be extreme,
just like a squirrel would.
I'm gonna start peeing everywhere.
I'm just gonna start stowing food in my cheeks until they grow big, and
that's what squirrels do when they get excited. Okay.
But so you guys completely fucking, if you guys haven't watched the Loki show, you're just hearing our insane ramblings. At the very end of the show, Loki gets sent to a different timeline. Yeah. And he gets sent to a timeline where he tries to run up to Mobius and be like, "We gotta stop this dude. He's fucking nuts." And they're like, "Who are you? You're an analyst, right?" And then when he looks in the dead center of the TVA, where it's supposed to be the timekeepers, there's just a statue of my boy Kang the Conqueror in his full thing, minus the. Yep. I'm really happy they didn't do the helmet thing that he's fucking has, but he has just the robe standing there. Oh, that is such a big setup. That's such a. Kang is one of the most dangerous villains that exists in the Marvel universe. It's a dude who he will watch fights where he dies in order to know how to avoid dying. He's a master strategist. He'll pull variants from other timelines, where in comics he's pulled variant Avengers to fight the Avengers. So he's pulled Captain America's variant. He's pulled Iron Man's variant. So it's going to be interesting, because I'm curious to see if any of that's going to come into play. I will lose my mind.
Absolutely. Dude, this is my prediction for it. I don't know if we're doing this, but here we go. I'm diving into it. My prediction with this whole Kang storyline starting out, and now obviously we're getting really into stage 4. I truly believe that we're going to be revisiting scenes and iconic scenes, iconic fights, like the Battle of New York, Infinity War, like all these big things that we will definitely remember. We're going to revisit them, and Kang's going to play a part of it, and it's going to be a different version of what we know. He's going to switch some things up on us, because it's going to keep us kind of feeling nostalgic and being like, ooh, I remember Battle in New York, but like what happens now when it's fucking, I don't know, Kang's involved and he brings in the Hulk to fight for him against the Hulk, like just stuff like that. I think that's where we're headed in the MCU.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Dave,
smart.
You got any predictions?
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be pretty dope. if that does end up happening, like that'd be an amazing way to seriously show the cunning and just how dangerous Kang can be as an enemy. And also I would love to see, because Marvel is amazing with the costumes. Like, I don't know who's in charge of costume design. I'm sorry, I wish I did, but you guys are amazing at what you do, because I mean, Scarlet Witch to date, the most amazing looking, comic accurate, beautiful costume design I have ever seen for any comic book character, period, bar none. DC, Marvel, it doesn't fucking matter.
Sure.
The Scarlet Witch costume,
Scarlet Witch, dude. Falcon's Captain America, when he popped up, I was like, dude, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I may or may not be getting the hot toys of that one. I may or may not be getting the hot toys of that one, because it looks so cool.
Well, Victor, you were saying how you personally like how they kept Kang's mask or helmet off. I think that when he fights and we get the variants of Kang, he'll have that helmet on it, and it'll be as comic book accurate as possible. I just beautiful. That to me, that's the most iconic thing about Kang, is that helmet, and that he won't have a blue face, but it's probably gonna be a blue visor. I'm gonna guess.
No, that sounds completely right, man.
It sounds good. I have no predictions, by the way. I think we'll see multiple like sides of how Loki deals with this new timeline that he's in. Sorry if you guys heard that. The what he has to do to try and get back. I think we'll see his Mobius and like how he's trying to reshape the TVA and like how they're dealing with the fallout of the multiple branches. I think we'll see Sylvie. I hope we see Sylvie again. Maybe not throughout the series, but just like maybe 1 or 2 episodes towards the end, and see what she's been up to. I think that'd be very cool to see, and more character development from Loki, or maybe he feels like, I think he'll probably feel like remorseful or resentful towards the fact that he's becoming more of a hero. And so maybe he'll kind of fall into that chaotic neutral kind of position where, like, I don't know, he will try and play off that he doesn't feel bad about like Sylvie breaking his heart, or like the multiple branches like happening and all that shit. So I think that'll be cool to see. I hope we can see that. So yeah, that's my mini prediction.
No, what's next in the MCU? What's the next thing that comes out? I know What If comes out soon. What If, like live?
I think it's like
live action wise.
It's Shang-Chi. Black Widow just came out, so if you guys haven't seen that,
Black Widow, watch it. What If, and then Shang-Chi, then Spider-Man.
Hold on, I'm
just trying to multiverse. Think ahead, like what's
possibly
coming
Hawkeye.
up, because everything's I mean, I can see how I don't like Captain America or Captain America. No, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Sorry, always fuck that up. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't see how it really ties in, but I can definitely see how WandaVision. Thank you. Fucking 5 minutes late.
Wait, no. What if?
Hold on. Let me finish this thought. Let me finish this thought. So I can see how WandaVision and Loki tie in together, and that'll directly play into Doctor Strange. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't think will have anything to do with that. I think that's more like a Secret Wars kind of thing. But
absolutely,
I'm trying to think what's coming up next that these 3 stories we've seen could tie into more? And does that include What If, or is What If a completely different category?
It's supposed to be different, from my understanding. It's supposed to be just one shots, but apparently one character that's going to be in What If is in Doctor Strange, which is Captain Carter. She's going to be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have.
Well, I'm thinking because we see this timeline branching, all sorts of crazy branches, right? And that kind of sets up What If. I know it's an animation, but do you guys think it could tie in? I mean,
I think it could.
Obviously, yeah.
Like,
does it tie into the live action stuff, or is this a completely separate thing?
I think that they're gonna mention key things, and I feel like it is gonna be its own little branch timeline. It has to be. I'm sure that's how they're gonna explain it, because the Marvel does not want to leave a lot of gaping holes in their like logic with their stories, so they're gonna do that. I actually have a theory, and it's that Kang. There are probably going to be 2 big bads in Marvel Phase 4, and Kang's going to be the reason why one of the big bads is going to show up. Because we already got confirmed that Secret Wars is going to happen. Like, Secret Wars is one of the Marvel projects. I think with the timeline splitting, we're either slowly or abruptly, they're going to introduce the Beyonder. And the Beyonder is going to show up and he's going to start taking characters. Or you're going to start noticing that he's just going to be there, and that's how Secret Wars is going to start. Because the Beyonder, he makes the Secret Wars. He pulls characters.
Can you explain the Beyonder briefly for people like me that might be listening who are like, "Who the heck is this guy?"
Oh, so there are a few Marvel characters in Marvel Comics that they don't have variants. That it's just one that exists throughout time. So it's like the Eternal something. There's one called the Eternal Statue. There's Madam Web. There's the One Above All, and then there's the Beyonder. The Beyonder is kind of like the kid of all of them. That he's the youngest one, but he's an all-powerful being. That he can create realities if he wants to. He can destroy realities. He can change powers. He can imagine God as like a 25-year-old with that mentality. That's kind of it. And that's what Secret Wars was that he got bored and he's like, I want them to fight on Battle World. And he just starts plucking. He takes Galactus, he takes Doctor Doom, Doc Ock, Spider-Man, and he puts them all on this one world. And he's like, I want you all to fight. And he's so powerful that Galactus is like, I'm not a toy to you. And he tries to reach up, and the Beyonder forces him back down. And he's like, I want you all to fight for my entertainment. So I feel like that's going to be cool. I feel like they got to introduce one of these characters if they're going to do the Secret Wars storyline. Like, they have to introduce some all-powerful being beyond, because Kang, that's not his MO. He's not like, you know what, I want to see what happens when we put all these people together. It's the Beyonder. The Beyonder's like, I want to see what happens when I put you all together. I'm bored, and I need to watch something, and Game of Thrones isn't on. Yeah. So I feel like that's how they're going to set it up. It's true, right? Am I the only one thinking that? All right,
I got you.
It could very well be. I mean, listen, we've all tried to predict how the MCU is going to play out, and it never plays out the way we predict. They always have some crazy twists where, like no one, I don't know how, but no one sees it coming ever, and we're all just surprised.
Bro, it's true. I will say there's one thing. I think throughout the current Marvel movies, and I'll bring it up because we're going to talk about Black Widow at some point. The newer Marvel movies coming out, I feel like we're going to start noticing instances of like time being messed with. I'm not saying that because of Black Widow. I'm just saying, like, I feel like at points characters are going to start talking about things, and other characters are going to be like, "What are you talking about?" Or they're going to be like, "That didn't happen. That doesn't make sense." You know what I mean? Because I feel like that to sprinkle in Kang, to be like, Kang's fucked around with time, to go with Vince's point that they're going to show that he's been fucking with time right now, because he wants to set it up to where he's gonna be the rule, or he's gonna conquer. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm done. We're almost at that time.
No, I'm just thinking about how they could play out. I think all these points are extremely valid. Who knows, dude? Who knows what's gonna happen?
What if?
But yeah, I mean, so I see it's about that time, and you definitely did mention it. So, real quick, David's throwing things.
Kids, get off of my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Ian Chewie were sitting here on the Millennium Falcon.
Don't
Jesus
you know
Christ.
who Tom Selleck is?
So yeah, you guys touched on it. So next week we will definitely be covering Black Widow. So if you guys haven't seen it, I haven't seen it yet. Honestly, I have not seen it, but I will probably go tomorrow or the next day to go see it. I'm very excited.
You can
I've heard mixed reviews.
Wait, Vince,
yes.
Do you want to go to the movie theater, or do you want to just use my Disney Plus?
Did you have to pay for it on Disney Plus, right?
I have Premier Access.
Oh, I mean, if I don't have to pay, then hell yeah.
I will send you the login information for that after this.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be great. There's a part of me that wants to go to the theaters to see it, and that's kind of something I wanted to also talk about next week, is how, we're kind of back to normal-ish.
Normalize, yeah.
And like a lot of people, this probably might be the first movie they go see at theaters for the first time in over a year. So yeah, I definitely kind of want to talk about that experience and at least bring it up. So I might do both. I might watch Black Widow twice. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, that's my point. Is next week, issue 33 will definitely be Black Widow. But you guys have anything else to say about Loki for now? No. Do I need to edit crickets in again?
Yes.
No, I think probably.
Yes.
I don't know. This was a fun conversation, boys. That's all I have to say. This was fun. Thank you guys for going all squirrely, getting all nutty with us. Just please be kind to all of the squirrels. All right, I'm done.
Please be kind and rewind.
Please be kind to all the squirrels. Oh my God.
You don't know who's listening.
They're my family.
Okay, Dom.
My family.
Family. Oh my God, we're done. Anyways, on that note, I'm done.
I'll send us out, I guess. I'll use my squirrel energy to send us out.
Thank you.
Come on, squirrel boy.
Yeah, boys and girls, listen. Just like Loki, this is all done with. So for now, we're gonna take off and rest our heads, rest our brains. We appreciate you guys coming around, sticking around with our fucking crazy energy, especially for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. We had a ton of fun.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.